Hi everyone, this is Dan Myers from Jersey Dan's Photo Workshop. Today I'd like to discuss a concept that's near and dear to my heart, and that is how do you stay motivated? How do you get motivation? How do you grow? How do you create art and stay on the path to creativity? First of all, it involves accepting that we are human and that we have human failings, we have human strengths, and that what we're trying to do is express ourselves as humans. And knowing what is the key to creating interesting art and the type of art that fulfills you as a person and also is accepted by the public, that's always nice, is to understand that there are different stages in our life where we have to grow. For instance, Maslow, very famous for his hierarchy of motivation, came up with a scheme to try to explain how the human being grows and what motivates us as we grow. He actually came up with a triangle that helps to explain what he was trying to theorize. And basically, the bottom of the triangle, or the widest part, is what he called the physical part. So when we're born, basically we just have physical needs, and what motivates us to cry or ask for assistance is, or we're hungry, we want to sleep, we're cold, whatever. The next step would be safety, and as we go up the ladder, after safety is love and belonging. The next step is self-esteem, and the next step is self-actualization. So I'm going to show you this. Hopefully you'll be able to see this pretty good. You've probably heard of this, Maslow's hierarchy of motivation and growth. I find it very helpful to use it when I think about who I am and where do I fit in the world and how do I stay motivated or how do I stay focused on a path of creativity and understanding the context that we're in. And the context we're in is we're human beings who have needs and wants. We have failings, we have strengths, and we have to work within that context. So to stay on that road to self-actualization is the challenge. So what I want to talk about is bringing your resources to the creation of your art. And one of the resources, one of our most precious resources, is the awareness that we need to grow and we need to stay on the path towards self-actualization. Now, how do we do that? That is the challenge. It's probably going to be different for everybody. There are many, many ways to get there. We're all going to have things that come up in our life that keep us from achieving our goals. But if we understand the steps and if we have our eye on the goal, we should be able to get there with some reasonable success. There will be times when you feel like you are there, and there will be times when you feel like you have fallen back. And it'll be a human thing where you grow and fall back, grow and fall back. And that is part of the process. So I think that what you need to do is find joy in the process. Find joy in the fact that you're on the road toward creativity, which, in my estimation, is how you reach self actualization, the highest point in Maslow's triangle. So that's the goal, to get to self actualization. Now, some people achieve it through having a business and making a lot of money, and that's the way they want to, that's their interpretation of self actualization. Some people want to do it through athletics, becoming the fastest runner or the guy who catches the most footballs, things like that. Nothing, that's all wonderful stuff. What we're concerned here in Dan's photo workshop is using these concepts to help us understand who we are and what approach we need to take to get to where we want to be. So as we learn and go up the learning curve of how to be an artist, what is a good photograph, what is good art, as we begin to define and hone in on what those things are for each individual, we're heading towards self-actualization. Now, that does not mean that you're going to necessarily have economic success, but it will mean that you will find a lot of satisfaction in what you do. I have friends that are very interested in creating art, and if they sell their art, that's fine. If they don't sell their art, that's fine. Personally, I want to, part of my self-actualization is to create the art and put it in front of the public and actually at least get a return on monetary return that helps me defray the cost of the equipment, the printers, the ink, the paper, the computers, the never-ending tools that you need to create fine art photography. So you don't need financial remuneration to reach self-actualization. But if you can tweak it so that you do get some return financially, it doesn't hurt. And I don't think that should be your main goal. Your main goal sorry about that. Your main goal should be, in my estimation, to self-actualization, so that your satisfaction in what you do and your growth as a complete human being and your art all start to come together. And as your life proceeds, you become a happier person because of it. Now, will it guarantee happiness? Of course not. But I think that when you're on that path and you know that you're making progress, at least you're getting that amount of happiness out of life. So happiness, of course, is different for everybody, but I do agree with Maslow that the way he structures the motivation path as we grow and mature, I do agree with that. I think that that's a great way to look at it. So one of the problems as we're heading towards self-actualization is that we get stuck at the growth, at the step underneath of it called self-esteem. In photography, it's a very big problem. A lot of times it's my camera's better than yours. My camera is more expensive than yours. My lens is more expensive. My computer is more powerful. My printer is bigger. You know, you get into this ego game where what's happening is you're basically stuck at the self-esteem level. Well, to get past that, basically, it's just a matter of sticking with it. As you stick with it, and the actual artwork, the actual images you're producing, begin to become the most important end goal of what you're doing. The self-esteem, ego problems that people have with equipment or with maybe taking part in a photo contest, where they're trying to win first place. I don't have a problem with photo contests, and I think it's a good way to maybe use it as a measuring stick, but you have to be careful that it's not something feeding your self-esteem as much as it is your self-actualization. So when we're out to me, there's two types. I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about the two main branches of photography that I feel are out there. There's the spontaneous and there's the premeditated. The type of photography I do, I would have to classify as spontaneous, because I like to go out and basically arrive on a scene and see what's happening and try to capture great images. So basically I'm using the concept of exploration and discovery to create images. A lot of photographers and artists are more premeditated in their technique. They want to think about what they want to produce and then go about producing it. And that's awesome. A lot of great photographers out there who can do that type of work. I prefer, what really turns me on in photography is the exploration and discovery. That's the avenue I take to try to reach self-actualization and create what I think is something special that I can actually maybe print and put out there for the public to look at. I'm always going to go back to the workflow of shooting, editing, and printing and presenting. That's always there. But what's behind that is the person, the photographer. And each photographer and artist has to place themselves on a path or a journey that helps them reach self-actualization, where they're getting feedback, not only from the public, but they're getting feedback within their own brain and their own heart that's telling them that they're beginning to get to the point in life where the skill and the heart and the brain are all coming together. And when that happens, you'll know it. You'll know it. It'll come and go, because we can't always produce our best work every day. But on the days that we do produce something very special, and we will feel it. And so we're chasing a feeling. We're chasing a sense of accomplishment, and we're chasing something that may contribute in a very positive way to the world. And when you feel like you're contributing positively to the well-being of the world, that's when you are definitely on the path to self-actualization. Some people do it through volunteer work. Some people do it through creating art. Some people do it through helping their neighbors or teaching, whatever. But we all have talents that we can use to make the world a better place. So I hope I haven't presented too many things to you, but what I want to emphasize is the journey and staying on the path. Help each other. I'm here to help. If you have any questions, if you have any problems along the way, if it's technical or spiritual or whatever, If you need any guidance, I'm here to help you. I've been doing this a long time, and I appreciate your support, and I want to make a lot more videos. And if you give me some input on what you want me to talk about or explain or give tips or whatever, please put it in the comment section, and I will be more than happy to talk about it. So thank you very much and have a great day.